charging. Alrighty, so what we have today is something special. Today we are going to do a versus between the Ryobi 1 Plus heat gun and the Milwaukee battery operated heat gun. Alright, so before we even start this video, what I wanted to give a huge shout out to my Home Depot friends over in the McHenry, Illinois area, Michael and Bob. Thank you guys so much for helping make this video even possible to do. So they helped me out in a big way, and I owe them a lot now. Thank you, Michael and Bob, for assisting me with this video. First impressions that I get when it comes to comparing these two, there's not much of a difference in size. These two are almost exactly the same when it comes to the size. Height, length, and thickness. This one is a little bit fatter than the Milwaukee one, and that's only because of the design on the top. It's fat here, then it goes into a narrower line. This one just goes straight. Alright, so when it comes to the size, they both are pretty much the same. Both of these do have an LED light, which on the Milwaukee, it is located under the trigger right there, which, let's activate that. To activate that, you even have, okay, which is right there. On the Ryobi, the LED light is on the foot of the tool. They're very familiar. I mean, even the front, even inside, is the exact same. It's the exact same at the nozzle. And so because of that, I'm going to assume that these are going to perform the same. Pretty much almost the exact same. But my design preference is the Ryobi. Because I like that the handle is the same thickness and a good design all the way around. This fits more natural in my hand than the Milwaukee does. Now, this is my first time actually really holding a new Milwaukee tool in my adult life, and I'm not really impressed with it. I'm really not. I don't like that the bottom part of the handle is skinny. I feel like I need to grip on it more because of that extra thinness of the bottom of the handle. Now this one, this design naturally fits in my hand. It naturally does. It's really comfortable holding this. It's just it's good like that. And most of Ryobi's tools are that design. Actually, pretty much all of them with this handle. I mean, this drill, it feels really good in my hand. Now that's just a preference, and now because of that just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't. Now, when it comes to the unlocking mechanism to be able to use the tool, I immediately had issues with the Milwaukee's unlock. Because as you can see on the Ryobi, you just push it in. Now, this is how my hand naturally sits. Just like that. And then which that leaves that much room between the finger and the unlock button. So I naturally do that, and good to go. Now with the Milwaukee, this one you actually push down. You need to push that down, and the way this naturally sits in my hand, I have the one side here and one side sitting there, just because of the skinniness of the handle. This is how I naturally hold this. To turn this on, I have to hold it a certain way, then extremely extend, then push down, then you're good to go. So yeah, just to turn it on, I have to awkwardly hold this. See, one more time with the Ryobi. Natural, Not even gripping hard. Good to go. And as you can see, my finger isn't even close to the unlock mechanism. So there is a big difference when it comes to handling the tool because of the natural design of the Ryobi compared to the Milwaukee. Now, if you're a Milwaukee fan, you know, you're used to this design. So like this would be awkward to you. But I'm a Ryobi fan, so this one is awkward to me. It's not a bad design at all. It's just a design that I'm not used to. A Milwaukee fan, Milwaukee user would have no problem with this handle because that's the design that they're used to. Same thing with DeWalt. If you use a DeWalt one, that handle is going to be different than the Milwaukee and the Ryobi. So the DeWalt users would say that this is crap. No, it all depends on the tool that you use. But I do not like that you push that down. This should be a push in because that's what you naturally do. You push it in. And both of these go up to 875 degrees. And they both have the same rate when it comes to how fast it gets to operational heat, which both of them say 6 to 7 seconds. And both of them say that they get up to heat 30% faster than a corded heat gun. But because of the batteries, these are limited to what they can do. So if these two competed against a corded heat gun, these two would lose. Even if these two were together in one, these two would lose compared to any other brand of a corded heat gun, just because of the batteries. Alright, so one thing I did want to mention is that the Milwaukee does have a hook. That is a nice feature to have that the Ryobi does not. Just in case if you do need a hook at that in your situation, like if you're on a ladder, you have one. That's actually smart to put on there. Ryobi should have done the same. So, what I want to do first when it comes to this test is I'm going to put these through their ropes and see which one dies first. Now, that one is full, and that one is full. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get a couple of zip ties and see which one dies first. We're gonna turn these on one at a time, and we're gonna let them run until they die. And I'm gonna turn the lights off so you can see the glow die. It's only gonna be a few I'll turn the Milwaukee on first. I'll turn the Ryobi on first. It's only gonna be a few seconds ahead. There we go. All right, let's see. Alright, so I just watched the footage, and they both ended at 9 minutes with a 3 amp hour battery. The reality is, these two are the same. They're the same. We're gonna see if one of these could set paper on fire. So we're gonna do that test really quick, just to see if they can. So, and then we're also going to see if these can melt a little bit of plastic. So let's do that test and see if they're capable of doing it. Now, this is not a comparison between the two. This is a comparison compared to a corded heat gun. Remember, these two are the same. All right, this one glowed, as you saw in the footage, this one glowed in the dark a little bit brighter than this one did. But we are going to see if it could do it. All right, so first we're gonna do it with the Milwaukee. Let's see if the Milwaukee heat gun could set this paper on fire. Alright, we're going to call that. That was approximately about 2 minutes of using it. It got both sides to like that. This will not set a paper on fire. At least within a reasonable amount of time. And one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to press up against it and accidentally have a flame going there. Next up is the Ryobi heat gun. Let's see if this could set the paper on fire. Alright, no, they cannot. I'm not gonna. There's no point. If I used it less on the Ryobi, this is the Ryobi one, that's the Milwaukee. If I did a little bit more and it did it the same thing, it will not set paper on fire. At least you would have to have the metal directly on it, which I don't want to do. Well, let's do the plastic test. We're only going to do this for about a minute, then call it quits for this one. Alright, good job to Milwaukee. That completely melted that tab. This can melt plastic. That is a good thing. Very good. Good job, Milwaukee. Alright, it is time for the Ryobi's turn. Time for the Ryobi's turn. It's a little bit thicker plastic, but I think it'll be able to do it. So, as you can see, it did melt the plastic. Completely melted that. Both of them, that's Milwaukee's, that is Ryobi's. Both of them melted the plastic very nicely. So both of them are capable of doing so. The main difference of these is the battery systems, and this one has a hook. So when it comes to you deciding which one you should get, that depends on your battery system. If you have both of them will do you justice. They both work and operate the same. They both have the same, as we talked about, the same design in the nozzle. So it's a preference. It's whichever one you want. They both are good. They both are the same. And like I said before, a corded heat gun will blow these out of the water no matter what brand. But temperature-wise, they both are the same. I could hold. I just got done with the test a few minutes ago. I could hold these two by the body and not feel heat enough to where I need to drop this soon. Like, this is just warm, and this one's actually a little bit cooler than this one is. And also, that being said, I wanted to point out the fan. The fan, I'm not sure if it's just louder, but the fan seems a little bit more powerful in the Ryobi. As you can tell in here. Then you can hear this one. Let's do a touch test to where I can't stand it anymore. Yeah, it seems like the Ryobi's fan. If the Ryobi, the fan is just different. This one is more direct. I could feel it like it's in a funnel. Like it's in the palm of my hand. It's a more direct fan. This one I could feel in a bigger radius. Yeah, this one I feel all in there. But yes, this one is a more powerful fan than the Milwaukee is, which is surprising actually. So they're both good. They both are good. They both work exactly the way that they're supposed to. So yeah, but it is cool to have these two, both of them in my hand. It is very cool. It was cool to test these out. Once again, thank you to Michael and Bob at Home Depot for assisting me with this video. It is awesome of them to do what they did. So So yeah, that's pretty much it. And there you have it. The two heat guns they're both good. They're both worth every penny for what they're capable of doing because of the battery system in each of them. So then the decision's up to you which one you think you need to get. But I recommend both. I recommend both based on which system you're already invested in. That's pretty much it. This is Dave Miklas. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.